Hello, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Thank you for watching. Okay, y'all, this is y'all's fault. I blame nobody but y'all, okay? So, right now, you're guilty, and you're guilty. Each and every one of you is guilty. I'm holding this cardboard and Lou is trying to eat it. The boy is always hungry, right? He's been on them steroids so long, he just wants to eat. Okay, now, back to you all. It's your fault. But, are you ready to see what I got? Because of you all and these dadgum chopples, I have avoided chopples for 4 years. Even before that, since 2017, I have avoided chopples. Thanks to you guys. And a few videos on TikTok. I got me the Choffle Maker 5000. No, not really. That's not what it's called. But I got the Dash Multi-Mini Waffle Maker. Now, we'll play around with it this weekend. Let's see. I got the blue one. Or the teal, whatever. The mint green. I just thought it was a fun color. So we got this. And then this is how it looks on the inside. Dun, dun, dun. That's the sound for Duracell. The copper top battery. And this isn't sponsored by Duracell. Hang on. Let me. Had to pick up my mess, so it's over here. And as a hoarder, I'm gonna hang on to that box for about 10 years until I no longer even own a this Dash waffle maker. I'm gonna have this box in my basement because you just never know. Something may happen to the waffle maker and I may have to send it back. So I need the box. Even though 10 years later, when I don't even have the waffle maker, it is what it is. It's the life of a hoarder. All right, now. So yeah, so this weekend we'll kind of piddle around with it and kind of see what we think of it, and I'll look at the instructions and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of set it over here on top of my stove. Because that's where everything goes when you need to clean up space. And I'm sure you can tell by now, Camel is over getting his drink. Because, you know, it's what he does. He waits till I'm in here. And then he decides that he needs to come in and, because he hadn't drank in days and days and days. Alright, so I picked up the stack. I don't even know what all is it. What all it is, because you know, as I pull things out, I pull out 2 main things and a side. 2 main things and a side. Oh, and a breakfast casserole. So that's kind of just how I do it. I grab things. I'm hoping that tomorrow, if I get done early, I can make up some eggs on my stovetop. If not, I'll eat this. So in the meantime, I need yogurt. Hold on. Okay, so I've got a peach yogurt. So we'll have that. And this egg casserole, I'm going to go on and put it down in a container. He flops his head so hard, I'm telling you. I'm just going to go on and... I'm not going to be as nice to tomorrow, Terry. I'm just going to put it in a big hunk. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Except I need a lid for it. So, there's our breakfast for tomorrow. Oh, shoot. That's the wrong lid for that container. Terry, Toodle. Alright, now. It's funny. The rounded bottom one takes the red container, but the other ones or the red lid. The other ones take the blue lid. Alright, so that'll be breakfast tomorrow. my egg casserole, and some yogurt. Just what I had today. I do not even know. I pulled this out the other day and I had no idea what this is. I see cheese on it. I see some kind of something. It's something with Southwestern stuff. And I kind of remember doing something and sprinkling cheese on the top. But it's not apple. And it's not, I don't think it's rutabaga. I don't think that's jicama. What else have I cooked, y'all? Is it eggplant? Is that the eggplant that I did? Look at me, I'm gonna stand here and eat it all. If I knew what vegetable it was, I just honestly can't tell. I'm gonna hold this up to you all. That's how it looks. It's kind of lined. I know it's obvious cheese. So I did something. I kind of remember at one point I did some eggplant. I don't know. I haven't done any zucchini or squash. It's not spaghetti squash. Huh. Well, we'll eat it. We'll eat it. I mean, you know, we'll eat it. What all we got here? Pork. Okay, so I got this pork and gravy that I'll be taking tomorrow. And that's going to be good and filling. So if I'm going to have pork and gravy, I'll take this. I honestly have no clue what that is. And that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So let me put these away. Hang on. Alright. Well, like I said, I don't know. I kind of think this might, I don't know. I think it might be eggplant. I don't know. So let me that's what we're going to call it. Eggplant. And I bet some of you all are hollering at that screen or your telephone and saying, Terry, that's whatever was. I have no clue. Honestly, I have no clue. And I think that's kind of hilarious. But that is why I tell you all, label whatever you put in the refrigerator or freezer. Label it. Because when you go back later, you're going to have no idea what the heck you have. No idea. I know it's not rutabaga, and I know it's not jicama. It's not green beans. Eggplant. We're going to call it eggplant and just be done with it. Ain't got time to be guessing. 178 grams. 178 grams of eggplant. And it looks like there's some cheese on it, maybe. Let's see. Right? Yeah, that's cheese. Where'd I put my lid? There. Remember when it's not enchilada sauce. Alright, anyway, 178 grams of eggplant. We're just going to say cheese, 14 grams. Because that's a half serving. That's usually what I put on everything. What have I made, you guys? Stop it, Terry. Stop it. It doesn't matter. We're going to just guesstimate tomorrow. That's how we roll. All right. So my pork and gravy, I will have that. That will be in my Chronometer app. Eggplant and cheese. That's going in there. So that's my lunch and my breakfast. Hold up. Oh, I can use this lid now. So, we are going to put a couple apples. These two look different. I don't know why I want different ones, but I'm just doing them. Trying to do 2 different apples so that way, because I'm just weird. So I'm going to cut these up and then we'll see how much they weigh. So while I'm cutting these up, you know, I always have songs playing in my head. I'm always hearing songs. I'm always listening to K-Love and just whatever radio station I have. And so some of y'all know, and some of you may not know, I grew up in a music-loving family. My dad was the band teacher at our local high school and junior high. And then he also taught the summer band that played. You know, a lot of towns will have a city band and they play like in the park. This is the worst knife ever. Cracked myself up. Oh, I got it because I grabbed it because I didn't want to dirty up one of my good ones. I just want a crummy one that I could just throw in the sink when I'm done. So I didn't want to use my good ones because the good ones I wash when I'm done. But I got a couple that are just really bad and I just don't care. Anyway, so I grew up in a very musical family. My dad, he played the trombone in high school. And he liked it and he did really well. And the teacher at the university, the local university, the music teacher, he told Dad that he needed to go to school to be a teacher, a music teacher. And my dad said, thanks, but I'm going to go be an architect. And that guy said, no. Now listen, I can get you a free scholar or pretty good scholarship if you go into music and you're good at it, so you really need to do it. So he talked Dad into it, and Dad became, he went to school for music. Well, fast forward later, he ended up teaching music at the school for 30 years, and that's even higher than yesterday. Hang on, Apple 250. So anyway, so yeah, he taught band, and so I grew up all summer long. We'd go down to the park and I'd listen. It was called Muni Band, and so I used to go listen to the municipal Muni Band. I'd listen to them as a child. We'd go in the summer, and I'd catch lightning bugs, and you know, and us kids would run around, and you know, kids are funny. You could have never met another kid in your life, but when you're at the park and there's other kids there, somehow it's just like you've been friends all along. So anyway, we kids, we would run around the park and play and listen to music. So I grew up hearing that my whole life. And then my mom, she actually went to school to be a music teacher, not for a band instrument, but more for like the grade school music class. So she taught, I think, a year, and then after that she substituted a few years. She was a stay-at-home mom for the rest of that time until she got her bookstore when I was 5. So anyway, music was always a huge part of my life. And then, like growing up, Mom and Dad had a stereo, and it played 8-track tapes. And I had the big old over the ear earphones, and so I remember, and it sat behind where my mom's rocking chair was, or a recliner or whatever. And I would sit back there and I'd listen to 8-track tapes. And when I was a little kid, it was things like Bill Gaither Trio, Sandy Patty. That one's probably later on in life. But the Bill Gaither Trio was when I was really young. Some of the old 70s stuff, Bee Gees, that was an 8-track. So music like that, my mom, I would listen to. So I grew up listening to that, and then my sisters, you know, they listen to the radio, of course. And so I'm always hearing music in my head ever since I was a little kid. You know, some people hear voices, I hear music. But anyway, so there's always some kind of song. Now, it's never anything that I'm writing or anything. It's always a song that I've heard. But sometimes it'll be something that I hear on K-Love. Earlier today, I was singing, Janie's got a gun. Dog days just begun. What did her daddy do? was Janie's last IOU. And it's really a tragic song. But anyway, it was by Aerosmith. But yeah, but there's literally constantly music playing in my head all the time. Anyway, so yeah, that's a little walk down memory lane, and why music has always been a big part of my life, and why why I like music. And like I said, I just always listen to music. It's always playing. If it's not playing on the radio, it's playing in my head. So, all right, see you at breakfast. Look at that, ain't that pretty? I'm outside making sure the dogs go potty. I always like that first star right there by the moon. I don't know what star that is, but ain't that prettyful? We're outside and the dogs are going potty, but that's just so pretty. Look at this monkey. Look at that monkey boy. He just wants me to pet his belly. He just flips upside down and he's like, rub my belly. Rub my belly. Look at them teethers. That's a sharp toofer right there. Grr. Grr. I like them big old floppy lips when he hangs upside down. Grr. Grr. He just takes it all in stride, don't he? He's like, Mama, that's annoying. Just rub my belly. That's what I do in the nighttime now. I listen to my Bible and I rub a belly. Okay, it's breakfast time. I've got my egg casserole and my peach yogurt, and that's what I'm going to eat for breakfast today. And I will see you guys at lunch. Bye. So here's what's going down. Baxter, they can get him into the vet at 11:30. So I'm going to eat this unknown vegetable for lunch, and my pork and gravy that I made. I had my coworkers, 2 of them tried this vegetable. 2 of them tried it, and they don't know what it is either. Whatever it is, it's bland. What I was wondering, remember whenever I made I boiled the eggplant, and I think I might have said this last night. When I boiled the eggplant, part of me, it's kind of got the texture of maybe boiled eggplant. And I would say jicama, but the jicama, even after it's frozen, still has some kind of texture. And this has no texture. But Lord knows I've made too many videos to go back and try to figure out what I did. So, I mean, it's hard telling what I did. But anyway, so we're going to plug it in as eggplant and be done with it. So, yeah. But then my pork and gravy. This was the masala gravy. That's what I'm eating. And this unknown thing. It's not sweet, and if it was jicama, it would be sweet, and if it was rutabaga, it would be softer, like mashable, and this isn't mashable. So I really I'm looking to see if there's any kind of like skin on it. But I don't see no skin, so I don't know. It's whatever. We're going to call it eggplant. Eggplant something. Bye. I'm eating early. It's 10:52, and I'll have to leave here at 11:15. And so I'm eating early. So what my plan is to save my apples. So when I get back from the vet, I'll eat my apples. I know that's not typically what I do. I typically just eat everything at once. But since it's so early, I don't want to be, hungry later on in the day. So anyway, so I'm gonna eat this, and then I'll eat the apples when I get back from the vet. Okay, bye. Got my sweet little Baxter boy. We are at the vet's for his bowel problem. He does not like the vet. He's always scared, but he's a good boy. He's my sweet Babu. As what was that little girl's name on the Peanuts gang? I think her name was Sally, and she called Linus her sweet Babu. That's what I call Baxter, my sweet Babu. So he's here to get looked at. He's being a good boy. Also, this big boy is down 2 pounds. So yay, Baxter's lost 2 pounds. Yay, buddy, buddy, buddy. Good boy. Hello. I don't know if I already told you all this, and if so, Terry, just delete it. I work with a doctor here in my department. He is no longer a practicing doctor, but he had his practice for 30 years. And I mentioned to him about the things that are going on with Lou. I haven't been able to update him because he was off on Monday and Tuesday. So I showed him pictures and was telling him a little bit about what's going on. And I told him how the vet said that, they're letting it heal from the inside out. And he's like, oh yeah, that's normal. He said it'll granulate over that pink area, new skin will grow in and it'll be okay. And I mentioned about, so this morning, I didn't tell you all, this morning his lips on both sides of his, they're kind of sticking out and have some pink dots on it. So I mentioned it to him. And so he was telling me that the nerve, at least in humans, and so we're kind of thinking it's probably the same with dogs. There's a nerve here, and a nerve that runs here. And so it starts around this area and it kind of branches off down into the lower jaw area. And so he said more than likely whenever they went in to take all the stuff out in there, they clipped that nerve. And so now his face is numb. And so he said that's probably why he's going all the time and why he's shaking his head all the time, because it's numb. And it's probably why he's licking. He called it, there was a name for the fact that he was licking a lot. But anyway, so he said that because he is doing that excessive licking, he's probably might drool a little bit, and that might be why it's red, the swollen on this side, which is, no, this surgery side, whichever. Anyway, on surgery side, the other side, I told him the other side has a split in its ear because he's shaking his head so hard. And he said, yeah, that'll heal over in time too. He said it'll take about 2 months. He's, comparing to like a human. And he said in a human, a big open incision like that, it will heal in he said it'll probably take about 2 months. So I'm like, okay. So it's nice that, granted, he's talking in human context, but it's nice that, he loves animals too. So when I talk to him about my dogs, he's like, oh, well, yeah, this, that, and the other. And so he kind of breaks things down, and he loves to teach. So I can ask him something and he'll break it down into terms and he'll really get into it and explain it. So I really like that. So we were talking this morning for about 20 minutes. And so that's what he was saying about Lou, is that, yeah, it is normal and it will heal up and everything. And I thought to myself, well, I'll tell Lou the chicks dig scars. Isn't that what the country songs all say? That the chicks dig scars. So the chicks are all going to dig his scars on his little ears. But anyway, so I was talking to him about that. Then I was talking to him about Baxter and about how Baxter has diarrhea. Well, he was talking that oftentimes the vets, whenever there is a dog that has a lot of, skin infections and stuff, they put them on clindamycin. He said, as that it's kind of known for causing people killing off the good bacteria. And so it's kind of known for causing humans to have C. diff. And he said it would stand to reason that it would do the same thing for dogs. So Lou isn't the one that has the symptoms of C. diff, but C. diff is contagious. So if Lou has been on, and he's been on that antibiotic multiple times. So if he was on that and it lowered his good bacteria and he got it, he would be a carrier. And so he could have passed it on to Baxter. So there's a potential that Baxter could have C. diff. So whenever I went to the vet, I asked her, I'm like, do dogs get C. diff from each other? I said, because we haven't changed his food. We haven't changed treats, haven't changed anything. Nothing is different, just his loose stool. And she's like, well, we'll run this and see if he has worms and, see if there's any other stuff going on with the stool. And so Poor Baxter, he tolerated so well, but then whoop in his little backside. And she came back. There's no worms. There's no issues back there. So she said that the top of his mouth was raw and reddened. So she's like, I'm kind of wondering if it's viral. She said, but we'll put him on this antibiotic. It's the same antibiotic that humans use if they have C. diff. So she gave me that antibiotic, which in humans it's Flagyl. There's a generic name for it. Let me see.
I didn't get that.
Oh, shut up, Siri. Metronidazole. I'm so terrible. I'm a nurse. Metronidazole. Metronidazole. That one. That name right there. That's the medication. So that's the one. She said it's antibiotic. She also sent him with this stuff. It's called Diagel. And that's supposed to help him with his diarrhea. It's kind of helps his GI stomach. But then they also sent me some loperamide. You know what that is? Imodium. So it doesn't have a dosage on here. So I called back and they said it's 2 milligrams. But she does not want me to use that unless the other one doesn't help, because we don't want him to get stopped up. So we don't want him to get constipated. So, of course, I'll try the other thing tonight as soon as I get home. And I should have tried it today when I brought him home from the vet. But I was worried that it would make him sick or something. So I want to be there when I give it to him. So I'll give him that Diagel tonight, and then we'll start the antibiotic tonight. So anyway, so I tell you what, when it rains, it pours. You get one kid sick, you get another one sick. But that's all right there. I was so thankful to hear from the doctor I work with, that there's that Lou, what he's dealing with is normal. It's just, with humans, we can put a bandage over it, but a dog, you can't put a bandage over it because they, you can't put tape attaching to a fur. So anyway, so that made me feel better to hear him say that, that what the vet said makes sense. So, when there's somebody that you work with that you trust, it's nice to hear that. So, all right, well, that's what I know. I'll see you at supper. Bye. Okay, it's supper time, supper time, supper time, supper time, supper time, supper time, supper time. Now, so we are going to have some pasta sauce, pea sauce, and my harissa, Harissa. We've got this is our usual 8 ounces of 73% ground beef. And so we're going to add the pasta sauce, which is 113 grams. All right. So, got that. Right on the money, Terry. 113. Harissa, what's it say? 15 grams. So we're going to zero it out. Break out our spoon here. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to put the lid on it. And hang on. All right. And then Parmesan cheese. So we're going to try to go with 10 grams, but I won't hold my breath because this stuff's so light, it's hard to. Nine. Come on, fella. Ugh, it's stuck. Yeah. Oh, okay, good. 10 grams. So now, some seasoning. Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Greeting from camp. Hiawatha, swimming's cool here, but this place is not like home. I miss your nice fresh pillowcases. That was Greek seasoning. This is garlic, the dehydrated garlic. We're going to use a little bit of my everything bagel seasoning. Is this stuff, I know I got a thing in the cabinet. Is it everything bagel or everything but the bagel? I think I always thought it was everything but the bagel, but I don't really know what it is. So let me know what it is, because we all know I'm too lazy to, me and my Alexa on the other side of the room, we kind of disagree on a lot of times. And so we kind of have a love-hate relationship. She loves me and I hate her. I'm just teasing. But we do kind of have words from time to time. So tell me, everything bagel or everything but the bagel? We're going to microwave that for 2.5 minutes and we're going to make us a salad. Now, the benefit of using certain apps is that some of them will allow you to copy things and move them to the next day. So what I'm going to do is go back to the 2 days ago when I had a salad. I can copy these things and carry them over to today with the new amounts. And when I was, tracking regularly, I just wrote out like each of the things, and then each day I would put, like, I'd say cabbage, and today this amount. The next day scratch it out, the next amount. Scratch it out, the next amount. So that's kind of where eating the similar things for a whole week makes a difference, because you plug it in one day and you carry it on out through the week. And I need some cabbage, if I have any. Hang on. So let's write everything down. We got our cabbage, C-A-B-B. We got I'll just put T-O-M for tomatoes. We have that's our apples. We're going to have apples. This is jicama, so J-I-C. Onion. Broccoli slaw. Brock. And then I'll have cucumbers and peppers. So this is where I say I just put the number in each day, and then you can scratch it out and put another number, scratch it out, so you can kind of reuse that. You can reuse your paper. But first, we got to get our cabbage. So we zero it out, and we build our salad. And do 100 grams. So I'll get that down. 100. Tomatoes. A serving, I think, is 5 grams. I have to double check. Yep, a serving is 5 grams. So it just gives a little tangy flavor here and there. Okay, so tomatoes. And what I'll do is, after I'm done recording, I'll plug it all in. And you guys, I tell you the amounts. So, if you wanted to, feel free to test it out and tell me what I'm off on. Although, I guess you can't on the things that I make on the weekend. Well, you could if you want to go back and watch those videos. But, jicama. Let's see what we got on the jicama front. Still hanging in there. All right, 90 grams. So 90. Onions. Wait. Don't worry, quality assurance is right beneath me. The quality assurance who wears a lampshade on his head. Our Lulu is right beneath me, just keeping his eye on things. He's doing okay. I forgot to, what I think I'm going to have to do, wait a minute, 37. I'm going to have to try to rearrange what time I come home at lunch. So that way I can give him his Benadryl. Because I did not give him any Benadryl. He hasn't had it since 6 o'clock this morning. So he is shaking that little head. Okay, broccoli is 30. Okay, I did those. Next is cucumbers and peppers. Good job, buddy. Alright. Let's get down in here. And the cucumbers were all on the bottom. So, because that's what I put in. Oh, hold up. Don't forget to zero it. Okay, 0. And that. 2 more, and then I'll call it quits. All right. And that's 99 grams. Peppers, let's see what we get here. Let's zero it out. I'll get some of those peppers on there. 80 grams. Let me do that first. And, you know, at this stage, you could add all kinds of things. You could add some cheese. I'm going to drizzle some of the vinegar water into, well, that got a little bit of a pepper, but that's all right. I like this vinegar in there. Alrighty. There. All right. Then we got our dressing, and this is the one that's half G. Hughes Polynesian sauce and half G. Hughes honey mustard sauce. His honey mustard sauce has less calories, so that's why I use that instead of the other. So I'm going to use 60 grams maybe. All right. Say dressing, 60. And so that will be our pretty salad. Now, let's see about this. Okay. You know me, I gotta get everything off the top here. All right. There we go. I'm kind of tired today. It's kind of been a busy day. Like running back and forth, and work was wonderful. I'm telling you, if work was like it was today, I could have, man, oh man, it was really a good day at work. Everybody did what things how they were supposed to do. Nobody did anything. I mean, my team's been there so long, none of them, they don't do anything bad or anything, but all right, I'm gonna let this cool down for a minute and plug everything in, and then I'll tell you what the results are, and we'll take a bite. Okay, so I took the picture of just the one with net carbs, our total carbs, because then I went ahead and just tapped the fiber button, and I'll subtract the because it's a pain in the rear to go to settings and change it, then settings, when I can have my Alexa do my math. I told you, it's a love-hate relationship. So our calories were 2256. Fat was 126. Protein is 166. Total carbs is 116. And net carbs is 89. So calories was 2,256. What I have forgotten that I added to it, but I did not show you all yet. I had already added some apples. I told y'all I have these, and come on. Yeah. Guess I'm out of vanilla. Let's see. Yep, I'm out of vanilla. So we're adding a little bit of vanilla to these apples. These are those crock pot apples. I told y'all I made them, and I really want to use up the things that I have made because I want to, you know, these are things I've been eating. So I want to make sure that I include the foods that I've been eating. Sorry, that would be Lou. I want to make sure I include the various things that I've been eating to make sure, make sure we know what it does. So, all right, now I'm not going to take a bite because these are hot. But that's the apples that I'm going to have. And this is our little, I don't know, Italian bowl. Yup. 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 And our salad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For those who have asked, everything you see me eat, let me rephrase that. I just started the fun recipes of things like the enchiladas and the burritos and stuff like that. And I would have done that before. I am a minimalist in my thinking, and I wanted basics. But the foods you see me eat, except for the apples, it's the same type of stuff I ate before. I ate just smaller amounts of it. That's the stuff I ate in weight loss mode. This salad right here, I would have had this in weight loss mode. This meat with the pasta sauce and dressing, I would have had this in weight loss mode. What the difference is, like I said, I would not have had the apple at lunch, and I would not have had the apples right now. So that would shave off probably about 300 calories from my day right there. And like I said, the amount of meat I had would have been less. So there you go. That's what I ate today. And I'll post the macros. Bye. Here you can see just the individual macros and what they all were. Here is where I took a picture of all the menus, so all the foods that I ate, the amounts that I ate. I added those in so that way you can see where everything stands and how it all looks. Thank you. Bye.